What up, well, it's Mac. Tell me something slick and make it stick. Yeah, I'm back with another amazing guest, man. I'm super excited to have this brother stop through Mactastic Studios. We go back. I can kind of say sort of way back. But anyway, it's my guy, Alex. I like to call him OG Alex, but he goes by, Magnetic Repellent. I'm going to get into a lot of his projects. He's a really insightful guy. Got a lot of experience from, from all different walks of life. Stay tuned, stay tight. Me and my man Alex will come back. We're gonna kick it some real game with you. Stay tight. Welcome back, everyone. Man, my guy in the building, man. How you doing, Alex?
Man, I'm doing great, man. That intro is hitting, bro. It's hitting.
Hey, man, I shout out to E. Nicole, man, the mastermind for the create. She came through and renovated the whole cigar chat at Mac, man. My whole lounge got renovated. Shout out to E. Nicole, bro.
Yeah, it looks good, bro. It looks good, man.
Yeah, it definitely does, man. Well, listen, man, I know all about you, but it ain't about what I damn know. It's about what my people, they got to know about you, man. So tell a little people about you, where you from, and, what you kind of got going on right now, man.
Man, Mac, I'm a real cat, man. But I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. Lived all over Brooklyn, man. Bed-Stuy, Brownsville. What I mean? Church Avenue area. So, grew up in the rough, man. 70s, man.
Nice.
So that was a rough decade. The decades of the blackouts and high crime throughout Brooklyn. And the strange thing is, when I lived in Bedford-Stuyvesant, it was a little bit different than when I moved to Crown Heights, because when I moved to Crown Heights, we live with Hasidic Jews right next door to us. There was a synagogue right down the street from where I lived at. It was kind of a middle class community, although we were still broke as hell. And the interesting thing is, we didn't interact with them. They didn't like us. We didn't like them. And they live right next door, literally, So it's very interesting dichotomy to kind of grow up in, man. But, I never got involved in street gangs, never got involved in, any real, criminal activity. A lot of my peoples was doing that. Grew up around drugs and alcohol, but never, kind of indulged in that. Just never seen that as a way out. You know what I mean? So I kind of dive. Although I fought a lot, I had a lot of street fights and stuff like that. But I really dove head first into my creativity.
Wow.
Which
hold on, Alex. You had a lot of street fights. Were you good? What's your record in the street fight game?
Well, I tell you like this. We just got reacquainted with an old friend from like about 40 years ago. Me and my brother just got reacquainted with him, right? And I hadn't seen him, So he asked my brothers, he said, yo, how they call me Junior in the street. He was like, yo, how Junior, man? He still knocking niggas out? That was his first response.
All right, so Junior was knocking niggas out in Brooklyn. Got it.
Bruh. I was knocking cats out, bruh. Sometimes 3 fights a day. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but you either do that or you get punked.
All day, bro. That's real.
That's just the way it was.
So let's get into the family dynamic, bro. So you raised with single, mom dukes, just pops, moms. What was the family dynamic, bro?
Nah, just moms, really, man. Moms, grandmas, aunts. I was raised by women. And all the men in my family, man, my pops, my uncles, cool dudes, man, but they were just hoods. They ran the street, they chased women, they did all that stuff. You know what I mean? But it was the women making sure we did our homework, we were bathed, we had dinner, you know. So I was really nurtured by women. And that's why today, maybe it's unfair. I'm a little hard on women today because I'm judging them based off my grandmom standards, my aunt standards, my mom standards, you know. And I don't know if it's fair to them or not, but that's what I'm basing them off. And the women today just not living up to to those standards, bro.
Well, that's a good point. And I was raised by my great grandmother. You know, I talk about that a lot. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's probably the reason why I'm trying to find something that don't even exist no more. And you know, and for the most part, now I get it. Women are gonna say, "Well, hey, you know what? Times have progressed, Mac. Things have changed." I get all of that. I'm happy y'all getting your money. I'm never knocking women progressing, but I'm talking about the morality, you know, the femininity aspect of it, and putting the family first. To what Alex just alluded to and mentioned, it's about putting the family first and making sacrifices for the next generation. We don't have a lot of that, and for me, man, I don't know where the you know the ball dropped. I'm gonna have to say somewhere between our parents and us and us passing it to the next generation. Somewhere the ball dropped, man. What's your take on that, brother?
Yeah, the ball dropped when it started to drop when the welfare system got into black people's business. Because in order to get a welfare check, the woman had to get the man out of the house. The man couldn't be there. And this was done purposely, strategically, intentionally by our government because they accomplished two things. The first thing they accomplished is when the man get out the house, they could then raise your children. They could take control of that woman. They become that woman's man. And it's typically a white guy because white people was running the welfare system. Okay. Now she's angry at the black dude that had to leave the house. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is the black man was always working. Woman go out and get a job. They're collecting taxes from two different individuals. So it's not a one income situation. Now it's a two income situation. They're collecting more taxes. So a lot went into that, you know, and that started the divide of the black family. Okay. And then you start having women, more women had to go to work. They had to get the bag. And today, I'm proud of black women today because they're out there. They're the most educated women on the planet. They're graduating colleges at a rate more than any other ethnic group or gender.
Right.
Okay. So they're out there handling their business. The problem is with a lot of them, it makes them masculine. It makes them more aggressive. It makes them more disrespectful. And it makes them value things that at the end of the day are not important. Possessions, you know, cars, shoes, handbags. At the end of the day, that stuff means nothing. It doesn't make you who you are. It don't make you the person that you are. And I don't think they have a hard time dividing that or finding the proper place for that. So if you a guy, let's say the woman's making 250 grand a year. It's a lot of money. You come along, you making 100K. You don't meet her standard. She want a guy that's making $500,000. If she making 250, she want a guy making $500,000. She's basing his value on the dollar amount. And that's not fair.
You know, you said a lot, brother. Alex, to unpack that, man. You know, we are happy that black women have advanced. And I think that a lot of the masculine traits women have exhibit now, a lot of it is because of survival and they had to. You know, when you said that the man left, daddy left, the men were gone, granddaddy wasn't around no more. So a lot of times they had to take on these masculine personas. I got to go get it for me now because ain't nobody here to help me. And that goes back to a deeper conversation, hegemonic forces forcing our women in those situations, you know. And you're right, black women are matriculating in college faster than anybody. They graduate faster than anybody. I mean, they're the most amazing creatures walking the earth. But with all that being said, your possessions, to your point, your accomplishments, that don't mean at the end of the day when you and when you're on your deathbed, and when it's all said and done, that don't mean nothing. What was your legacy?
Mm.
Because ain't none of them handbags gonna hold you. Ain't none of them handbags gonna come check on you. What was your legacy? Far from a posterity standpoint, did you think about the next generation? Did you sacrifice for the next generation? Did you leave memories in this world? And I think a lot of times that's where they gotta try to find that balance of, you know what, it's cool to make money, but at the end of the day, ain't nothing cool about being in this damn big ass bed by myself.
You've never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. You know what I mean?
Real.
You're born naked, you're leaving here naked. That's
Amen.
just the way it is. And all I'm about creating memories with
Mm-hmm.
those that I love. Because at the end of the day, all you have are those memories,
Amen,
those
bro.
those photographs, the hugs and the kisses. We all know we need money. That's a given. This is a capitalistic society. That's a given.
Preach.
So you got to just push that to the side and focus on some things that's more important. You know, your children. You know, if our parents see us here, we got to see them out. You know, I took care of my mother in her later years until she left here. It was
Wow.
my obligation.
That's right.
You know what I mean? To do that. You know, my pops ran wild, but you know, as I became a grown man, my pops really stepped up and taught me some stuff about manhood.
Right.
You know, and I came to understand him a lot better. You know, I forgave him years ago. I didn't hold on to that stuff.
There you go.
You know, and so we have to learn how to forgive as well. That's very important. But this divide between men and women, specifically black men
Gender.
and black women, we gotta cure that,
Yeah.
because that's been going on for a while, and no other ethnic group has that kind of fighting going on between them.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, and it's again, like you said, it's an agenda to divide the black family. You know, when you divide that, man, you take that. If I can get you to think that your male counterpart is subservient or less valuable than you, then you're gonna look at him lesser than. And if I can get you to look at your female counterpart as, you know what, she's, you know, she ain't worth shit. She's a thought. She's trash. You know, she ain't got no values. But she's gonna become less desirable. And there are cases where both of those things are true, but it's not all cases, and it's not the majority of the case. But this whole "I don't need a man," that, I mean, man, again, man, that's the most craziest thing in the world, because what woman don't need a man? You was designed to need a man, like a man was designed to need a damn woman, Alex. That's how the creator set it up, man, and it
Yeah.
won't change.
We need each other, plain and simple. And this is not to offend anybody or whatever. I don't care what you identify as. I don't care if you change your gender through surgery. I don't care all that. God bless you.
God bless
Okay. But this was created one way.
you.
Okay.
Yes,
Male, female.
sir.
If you want to get real kiddie with it, real infantile and elementary school with it, the creator made one of us with an outie and one of us with an innie. And you put the outie and the innie together, you create more life. There's
Yeah,
no other way to create life other than that. And I know we got some mad scientists out here trying to put eggs in tubes and do this and that. And, you know, man has a God complex.
man
But the
does have,
blueprint is for a man and woman to get together, be fruitful, and multiply. That's the blueprint.
brother. I believe that was his first commandment. That was God's first commandment to man: be fruitful and multiply. Hey, brother, my father had 9 kids. I mean, damn it, he obeyed that commandment. I don't know about the rest of them, but no, my bad. My pops was a good dude, but he
Yeah.
damn sure obeyed be fruitful and multiply.
So did mine. I got a lot of siblings,
Yeah,
you
man.
know.
But you know, it's I always, man, hold guys. I'm always heavy handed on guys than I'm ever women, because I had to tell this one, you know, a couple of gentlemen, you know, some guys like to bash the women and the women this and they this, they that. But I always say at the end of the day, Alex, and I stand on this. In the male and female dynamic, who's supposed to lead? Oh, well, of course, the man. Then what the hell we blaming women for?
Mm.
Why are we talking about the women if the men are supposed to lead, let's be men. Let's
Mm-hmm.
let's get our stuff together. Let's be
Mm-hmm.
men. Let's get the standard of being a real man. What we talking about a woman for then? And they never got a reply to that, Alex.
Listen, if a man comes along who is strong, leadership capabilities, command respect in his household, and take charge with confidence, there's not a woman that won't follow him willingly. You don't have to make her follow. She's gonna follow you. It's in her nature to do that. And let me tell you a quick story about that. I got a close friend of mine some years ago. I know her, and she always been a very strong, resilient woman. Runs her own company, single mother, this and that. Been through a lot in her life, but always maintain her professionalism, her grace, whatever. But always had to maintain this strong image. I go by and visit her one night. We're sitting down, we're having a talk, and all of a sudden, Mac, she just started bawling, crying, bro. I mean, bawling.
Yeah.
Them ugly cries, snot. And bro, I'm holding her in my arms, bro, and she just letting it all out. And I would have never thought in a million years this woman would cry like that.
Man.
But at that moment, she felt comfortable enough with me to let all of that out. She'd been holding for years. That was years worth of pent up sadness and anger and agony. And she just sat there crying, bro. It must have been a half hour.
Bro, you just said something that I live, man. It is not in the woman's nature to go against a man she respects. She won't even disrespect you. If she respects you, she won't even she'll hold her tongue. If she respects you. If you can allow that woman to operate in her femininity, her natural state, it is nature. Me and you going back to the way the Creator, he got it right the first time, Alex. I don't care. You can't remix God's nature, people. He got it right. They trying. He got it right the first time. Mm-hmm. If a man is masculine, I don't care. She could be the toughest woman in the world. That femininity gonna kick in before she realizes it, because she gonna feel she's in the presence of a real man. And brother, you'll be surprised, man, how many women, even on my show and in my personal life, they just want to talk to a real man. And for once, they ain't got to act masculine. They ain't got to carry the weight on their shoulders. They just want to operate in their soft femininity. It is a bunch of well-paid, fine women out here that just want to be feminine. And that is the truth.
Yeah, yeah. And they have to feel comfortable enough with somebody to let, quote unquote, that cry out that I was explaining just to you, the story I just told, because so many of them are holding this stuff in, because we all come out in the morning with our mask on, who we want everybody to see. We go home at night and close our door. We depressed. We full of anxiety. We're sad. We're lonely. I've lived all of that, man. I've been depressed since probably 1978, 79, fighting depression, bro. Off and on. You know what I mean? Real talk. You know what I mean? And I was depressed because we were so fucking poor, Mac.
That shit'll do it to you, bro.
The poorness was crazy. Living with rats and roaches, no food, cookies for dinner, wearing hand-me-downs, holes in the bottom of your sneakers, putting cardboard in the inside of your sneaker to cover the hole up. Just ridiculous shit. You know what I'm saying? And in that kind of strife and turmoil, when you have no mentorship, something deep down inside of you has to say and fester and say, something is better than this out here. You got to find something in there. And my escape was television, cartoons. Muhammad Ali was a huge influence on me.
That's right.
One of my greatest heroes of all time.
That's right.
He was like a distant father to me and my brothers.
That's right.
Because he was the epitome of manhood to us.
Man, still is.
He still is.
It is.
At a time when country was beating us down,
right.
Ali was talking shit and backing it up.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying? So that was just my dude. And when he passed, I put a big Facebook spread on my page about him. I cried, everything, nothing but respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but when I dug deep down to find that thing,
yes, sir,
I dug down and found it in cartoons, comic books, my art. my creativity. And I started drawing comic books and creating superheroes at a very young age, man.
Wow.
And guess what I'm doing today? Putting my images, putting those images on t-shirts, hoodies in my store and doing that. And these are my own heroes, copywritten at the Library of Congress.
Nice.
So if I see my shit anyway, I'm suing.
Hey, we're going to pull up on you. Man, you know what, man? I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you being honest, man, and talking about battling depression. You know, and for yours was a was fostered by poverty. Fortunate for me, my great grandmother, you know, she wasn't a rich lady. She didn't have a whole lot, but you know, I didn't ever experience poverty to that regard. Now it was in my house, we was okay, but all around me. And what was in the neighborhood, that was there. I was fortunate in that regard. My anxiety, if I battled any depression on a mild manner, I don't really think I battled depression. Mine was trying to create self-esteem because I was child abused by my mother, and I wasn't raised in a household with my father, so I'm already dealing with an emotional deficit. So for me, my imagination to become great and to prove everybody that I can be somebody, whether y'all here or not, was my driving force. And like you had Ali, I had Walter Payton. Now, Walter Payton in Chicago, I mean, just everything he stood for. Now, he wasn't as outspoken and candid. It was a different time, different time about it in the 80s. But the way he carried himself, his work ethic, his tenacity, I'm going to hit you in the mouth. And I'm going to give you everything I got. That resonated with me, that I'm going to be the Walter Payton or something, man. So just to hear you talk about Ali the way you did, man, we got so many parallels. I kind of want to transition, man, to your art. I know you're a filmmaker, man. I kind of tell us a little bit about how you got on that journey, bro.
Yeah, again, you know, my escapism was superheroes and cartoons. That was my escape, right? And when I was in 7th grade, I had a 7th grade creative writing teacher, Miss Stein. Beautiful woman, just a very nice woman, great teacher. I drew a comic book one day, homemade. I folded the pages like a real comic book. I stapled it and everything, wrote words like a real comic book, you know, ghetto, but it was a comic book.
It was a comic book.
I took it to Miss Stein. She loved it. She put an A on there. I was like, oh man. So I kept running home doing comic books because I look forward to Miss Stein reading it. And this is where encouragement is so important.
Come on, man.
You have to encourage these people. You got to encourage these children to let them know they can do it. The greatest words that were ever said to me when I was a young boy, my cousin Barbara Ann, God rest her soul. She used to go to the New York Fashion Institute. That's where she used to go to school at in the 70s. And she used to have an art pad. And I would look through the art pad, and it was some beautiful drawings, different fashion designs for dresses and stuff like that. And I told her one day, I said, man, I wish I could do something like that. She said, you can. That changed my life. She said, you can do whatever you want to do. Didn't take many words. Changed my life. You know what I went and did, Mac?
What's that, bro?
I went and begged my mother for a quarter, because it was hard getting a quarter from my mother back in the 70s. This is, you know, getting a quarter, you might as well ask for $100. But she gave me a quarter. I had some change already. I went and bought a Thor comic book.
Okay.
I put that comic book down. I got me a piece of blank paper. I drew that image of Thor, that front cover, the best I knew how. Just follow the lines and everything. I took it back to my cousin Barbara, probably maybe a day or two later. I was excited. I was like, I did it. And she said, I told you could do anything you want to do. And that set it off. Wow. It was nonstop. I started doing comic books, creating stories. Now, as far as the artwork for drawing, it got very tedious because the detailing, the musculature, the costumes, the positions, the eyes, the noses, very meticulous, very specific you had to be. Also tell the story.
That's right.
But over time, I graduated more to telling the stories than I did with the artwork. So the artwork tapered off, and I just started telling stories that turned into screenplays and ultimately films.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. So pretty much, Alex, just a vote of confidence from your cousin. Well, first your teacher, kind of planting that seed of, hey, you know what? That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
And then having your cousin saying, yes, you can do it. Giving you that vote of confidence is so important, and we instill that in children, because just like words can tear you down, words can also build you up. They're powerful, bro. They're the most powerful things. God's, hey, He spoke the universe in existence. Let there be light. It's a reason why He said your words are powerful.
That's right. That's right.
So, talk a little bit about, man, some of your film work, man. Is that, I mean, I'm always been curious about that journey.
Yeah. Man, listen. I wrote my first script was called Unpredictable Rage. Never forget it. I didn't understand script format, nothing. I wrote it in a notebook, just wanted to write it down. I hadn't studied story structure, nothing, because every kind of writing format has a structure, whether you're writing a novel, a poem, a screenplay, a teleplay for television. They all have different structures,
Right.
and you have to study that. And over time, I learned that there's always a 3-act structure. You know what I mean? You always have to have a protagonist and an antagonist. You have to have somebody that wants something and somebody that's stopping them from getting it. That's the antagonist.
That's right.
The protagonist wants something.
Right.
Okay. So then you set up your characters, you have character development. It's a lot you have to know, So that was a painstaking process. But the more I started getting better at it, people in the business started reading my stuff and going, yo, this is good. You have a natural knack for this. This is good stuff. I've been reading screenplays a long time. This is good stuff, So I started getting more and more encouraged. Before you know it, I was on the set doing a short film I wrote called Tuesday Rendezvous. I was still in New York at the time. Me and my partner did one of my scripts, Tuesday Rendezvous. Still be found on YouTube somewhere. But great script, got me a lot of attention. And then I started going on writing other stuff. And then I started getting invited to sets, come sit on the set, come hang out with us. I'm learning camera work. I know nothing about cameras. Forget it. Writing is tough enough, but dealing with them cameras,
that's a whole nother battle right there, bro.
Bruh, my God. So, but let the professionals do their job. You do your job as a professional. You can't do everything. You can't be a jack of all trades.
That's right.
I call it, so anybody who tried it, I call it being a jackass of all trades.
Yeah, master of none. You ain't master of none. Goddamn, you ain't master shit.
Nothing. But my biggest break for me, I left New York. I came to Virginia after some after some painstaking things. I had gone through a divorce, some other stuff. I was facing some time in prison. I don't want to get into that right now.
Nah, we ain't gotta get into that, but it happens.
I was facing some time, but I beat it. I beat that. And then moved to Virginia. Got reacquainted with an ex-girlfriend, got remarried. Nice. And one day I'm going through Craigslist. I'm like, I'm in a new, I don't have a job. I'm in a new state, whatever. And I saw an ad that said, looking for a writer for a television show, on Craigslist. And at this time, I'm so frustrated. I'm like, listen, if I'm not getting paid, I ain't doing shit. I was adamant because people think because you're an artist, you don't have to eat. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, we eat too.
Yeah, we get hungry too. We get hungry too.
You know what I mean? Starving artist. Nobody wants to be a starving artist.
Hell no.
So I told my wife, I said, if they ain't paying, I ain't doing shit. And she said, listen, call them, try them out, see what they say. Just see what they say. That can't hurt. She was always a voice of reason. You know what I'm saying?
That's good, bro.
See what they say. That phone call changed my life.
Wow.
I met those guys. We sat down, we talked, and they were developing a series called 7 Cities, an original series based off Hampton Roads, Virginia, the 7 cities.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It was based on that. It was based on Norfolk, Virginia Beach,
Portsmouth.
Chesapeake,
Yeah.
Suffolk, Portsmouth,
Hampton.
Newport
Yeah.
News, Hampton. You know what I mean? It was based off all of these 7 cities, but it was a drama, you know. And we wrote this script, and we had casting calls at ODU, Old Dominion University.
ODU, my old stomping grounds up there.
Yeah, man. We had casting calls, met some great talent, great people, you know, shot this thing, edited it with no money. Now, what we did was that we fed our actors from our regular weekly paychecks, whatever we saved and saving. You got to feed the actors. They working for free. You got to at least feed them.
That's right, guys. Hey, no, take a note. If y'all got any actors, at least feed them. Damn
it. At least feed them. You know what I mean? So, but come to find out that when that series was done, Mac, we had it aired on Cox Cable, right?
Wow.
In Hampton Roads, Roanoke, Virginia, and other parts, surrounding areas. We were prime time every night, every Sunday night at 8 p.m. It was 8 or 9 p.m.
Nice.
But what's bigger is we were actually the first prime time series ever that Cox Cable had, ever. And we kind of set the precedent for that. So that kind of gave me this local celebrity kind of image here in Virginia. And people started calling, hey, I want to work with you, you know, come on my set. I want to do things with you and so forth. And excuse me, that's how it got started, man. And Virginia has been so receptive to me, man. They've been so much like family because I come from New York, bro. Ain't nobody polite. No, ain't nobody polite.
Man, it's too many damn people, man. You can't be. Shit, y'all in a hurry up there.
Mac, I come to Virginia. I walk into a convenience store. People, hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm on like, fuck you talking to? Because where I come from, you know, I'm like, fuck, I don't know you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I had to get used to that.
Yeah.
Because in New York, that's how it is. Who the fuck you talking to? I don't know you.
I don't know you. Who sent you?
Right. All this, you know what I'm saying? Everybody on edge. In New York, we do 90 miles an hour to a stop sign. Bro. You know, just bananas. Okay. So I had to get used to that here, but once I did and started to slowly let my guard down, man, I met some real brothers here that I love to this day. You know what I mean? And we've been through it together with this business, man. But it's a very good business to be in. A lot of shade, though, a lot of wickedness.
Yeah.
But you keep your integrity at all costs.
That's right.
Keep your integrity, keep your moral base, and do shit on your terms, regardless. Right. You know what I mean? But that's how I got started in film, and I got some pretty good credits up to now. You know, I'm not Tyler Perry, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I've done some work.
You done some work, man. I mean, it's still an inspirational story coming from where you come from, bro. Now, let's pivot a bit, man. I mean, tell me about this clothing line, man, because I'm seeing it in Etsy and stuff like that. I'm saying, man, when did this happen, man? What we rocking? We doing hoodies? What we doing, man?
Well, like you, Mac, I think this is why me and you get along so well, because we're hustlers, bro. We grind.
All day.
You know what I mean? I admire you so much for where you come from and your stories and what you've been through. I know a little bit about your background as well. And the fact that you got this great book, Ghetto Diamond, and you're doing your thing, and you didn't end up in the pen, which is a miracle.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? So it's like I admire that so much, man. I think this how we got so much in common, man. So I have been drawing these superheroes for decades, right? And I was seeing people putting stuff on t-shirts and stuff for years. I never thought much about it. You know, oh, it's a nice t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. And people making like $1 million off a hot t-shirt. Still didn't register, you know? So one day I'm talking to my artist and I'm like, yeah, do a new poster for me. I want a poster. I want posters. I want posters. Because I want to get the poster, hang it up in my house or do whatever. I didn't think about clothing. And then one day, just ding, 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 ding. Why don't you put that shit on some t-shirts, some hoodies, some other merch? You know, you got something valuable here. See, that's the thing, Mac. We got to understand that what we create is valuable. You know what I'm saying? We got to see it as value. We can't just see it as being lackadaisical and blah, blah, blah. This is why people like to steal your stuff, because to them it's valuable. You got to see it as valuable.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? If it's valuable, it has to be valuable to you, and you have to learn how to monetize that. One thing about it, man, it's a lot of money out here. Ooh, we just got to find out how to tap into it.
Ooh. There's so much money out here, bro.
It's a lot of money out here, bro. Even during recessions.
The money always goes somewhere. Even in the recession, you just got to find where it went.
You got to find out where it went.
That's it.
People get rich during recessions. You know what I mean? They buy real estate, they buy land, they do all this stuff during recessions when shit is dirt cheap.
Come on now, preach.
You know what I mean? So we have to develop the same mindset. Monetize our pain, monetize our agony, monetize the bad times, monetize these things, bro. It's value to somebody. It should be valuable to you. You know what I mean? So I decided to monetize my superheroes, bro. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put them on some t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, welcome mats for the house. I'm going to just diversify the merch, different things, because t-shirts are fine, but you don't want to just do t-shirts. You want people to look in your store and say, damn, coffee mugs? Damn, he got welcome mats for the house? Damn, he got this, that, a real shopping experience.
Right.
That's what I want them to have when they come into the store. And the stores on Etsy is called Ways of the World. Ways with a Z. Ways of the World on Etsy, man. Go find my stuff, man. It's great stuff there, man. And my customers are real happy too, Mac.
I've seen the reviews, man. I'm gonna tag it when we I'm gonna tag it so everybody can find you, all your accounts and things of that nature, man. I was in the clothing business back in the day, one of my many hustles, to your point. And I always tell my son, who's doing really well in clothing now, he's living out that dream, man. I'm glad he's successful at it. I said, boy, had I had the technology y'all jokers got now, I would have hit a meal with that back in the day. Because Alex, I'm talking about, I'm in the 757 in the Hampton Roads area. Me and my brother Marquise passing out flyers. We out there in the parking lot. I'm at Picasso's, the alley. I'm all through Hampton, man. And it was a tough market, man, to really break a clothing line back then. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, please, I love to see that, man. You're gonna have to draw you a Mac superhero so I can wear me. Yeah, I want my own special edition Mac signature line, man, so I can rock my joint.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, bro. We'll talk about it. And even in my store, I self-published my own graphic novel. Okay, it's a digital download of my first comic book of my main character, because I figure, listen, people wearing the merch, they got the coffee mugs, they got the t-shirts and the hoodies and different things like that with this character on it. They might as well know who this character is.
Yeah, what's the
very powerful female character. Okay. And you go in the Etsy store now, it's a digital download for $12, like $12.95 or something like that. Digital download, read the comic book. Then you understand when you're wearing the merch who this character is, what they're about. Okay. And I'm trying to tell stories through the merch. Nice. Because not only do I have the main character is called the Mythical Outlander. That's the main character, right? And I'm introducing a new character called the Shining Star, who's coming from the cosmos to battle the Mythical Outlander.
Here go the protagonist and the antagonist. Here we go.
Right. So now the battle is on the t-shirts and the coffee mugs. And I want people to say, why are they fighting? I want the question to be asked, why are they fighting? Two women, very powerful, very different powers, but they're fighting. And we're trying to figure out why they're fighting. I want the audience to ask that question when they buy the merch, read the comic book, and so forth. So yeah, I'm about creating stories, man, because images are very important. I grew up with Marvel and DC, and all the characters were white. So when I saw the Black Panther as a kid, I was like, oh, Black Panther, wow. And then I saw the Falcon. He was black. Okay. Then I saw Luke Cage and Iron Fist. You know, Luke Cage was black. I was like, okay, all right, well, somebody doing it for us, but it's not like us doing it for us.
Come on,
you know,
now.
Thank God for Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, those early guys. They saw the vision. They saw the value in let's have some black characters. You know, Black Lightning, you know, is another one of my favorite characters. Okay. So when I saw that, it encouraged me because I said, well, black people could be superheroes too. Because you don't know until you see it. You have to see it first. You know, so that's how I started doing it.
Brother, black people been superheroes since we mentioned from day one. So
that's
black
true,
people
bro.
We've been superheroes since the beginning of the time, man. Hey, it ain't a time in history black people ain't been superheroes.
Never.
Before America, in Africa, since the beginning of time, Timbuktu, we've been superheroes.
Super strength, the whole nine, bro.
Man,
yeah.
Bro, I love it, man. Let's transition a bit, man. I know we got a few minutes left, man.
Mm-hmm.
You do a podcast every Monday, man, called Old School, New School, with our girl E. Nicole, man. Kind of tell my audience a little bit about that and the premise of that, because it's a little bit deeper than what the name says, Old School, New School. Kind of walk us through that.
Yeah, that's E. Nicole's brainchild. You know, her and I met in the YouTube streets. We met on doing other podcasts, and we became very close. We figured we had a chemistry, And she called me one day and said, Alex, I want to do something called Old School, New School with you. Give the old school perspective and the new school kind of twist on things. So the way she explained it to me, I said, it's a good idea. I'll do it. Because what I find, Mac, is a lot of these kids today, they're very intelligent. Okay. They're fast learners. I mean, they learn these computers in like 10 seconds. Bro. Very fast. They're growing up in this age.
Bro,
but a lot of them, I find they don't respect their elders. When I was a kid, that was a must. You had to respect your elders. There was no question about it. So I see the kids now, you're offering words of wisdom, and then, yeah, whatever, old man, whatever. I'm gonna never be disrespected. I still knock your fucking block off
all day long.
That's not the answer to a kid who needs guidance. Okay, you got to do it through words, because as we said earlier, Mac, what did we say? Words are powerful.
Brother, speak on
it. Okay, so when E. Nicole said that to me, I said, hey, let's do it. So when me and E. Nicole do these shows, bro, I go back and talk about things E. Nicole unaware of, because she's young. She's very young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I go back and talk about shit that happened in the 60s and 70s. And she'd be like, I didn't know. I didn't. Yeah, that's why we're here. Okay. And then she teaches me things about the modern stuff, what they're doing today, and phrases and stuff and things I don't know about, because I'm old school. Yeah. So it complements us in a way where it helps us develop a chemistry. We do a great show where we teach everybody along the way. We teach the young and the old. We can co-mingle. We can get along. This is not a fight. The older elders, we're not trying to fight these kids. We're trying to teach you guys, because we're going to be gone and you're going to be here trying to run this shit. But you can't run it if you dumb as a motherfucker.
That's real. Alex, I always tell my sons, I said, man, we help each other. I said, because when I listen to you, you keep me young. Mm. When you listen to me, I make you wise.
That's it.
So we need each other. You keep me current. You keep me up to date. I keep you more advanced than people your age when you listen to me. Because I didn't live life. Google is great, but Google can't give you life experiences. Google cannot give you life experiences. And that's what, Alex, you have. And I love the fact that I've been on that show. It was a great episode, man. And, and I guess I'm kind of a hybrid between the new and the old school. More old school than the new school, but I'm a good little blend. I was born late enough to get a little bit of the new school, but definitely, man, more the old school traditional values, man. I really dig that. Now I got a question to ask you. The oxymoron name, magnetic repellent. That's an oxymoron, brother. Give me some context behind that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a context. I'm just gonna make a quick comment to what we were just saying. that kids can really understand. I want them to grasp this. If you're a 16-year-old kid and you meet a 90-year-old man or woman, that is a walking encyclopedia. Don't just sit there and go, "Oh, they too old." You can't live in this fucking place 90 years and survive, Mac, and be a dummy.
You ain't lying about that, bro.
You couldn't do it.
Can't do it.
So if these people live 90 years, 85 years, 100 years, do you know what they can teach you about living in this place? You know, you better get a pen and pad, bro, and don't be dismissing them. So I wanted to say that.
Now you saying that, I gotta add to that because you struck gold with that one, man. My God bless the dead, my grandfather, man, he lived to be 98 years old, and I had I got other first cousins, and they weren't really wanting to come around and sit at his feet. They were more worried. They were more wondering what he had, material possession wise. I said, I don't want nothing from him but his wisdom. If he gives me his wisdom, that's all I need. That's more, to me, that's more valuable. Anything that he possesses is his wisdom, what he's seen, how he can help me circumvent problems, bro. So you are 100% correct, man. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, that's it. We got to respect these elders, man. No question. But magnetic repellent came from the fact that I always have conversations with people, Mac, and I come to find out, I used to think that people hated the truth, right? Because me and my brother had a discussion one day, and I was like, people hate the truth. They live on lies. They this is a lie, and they believe it, and so forth. And he just looking at me, right? Because my brother got a lot of wisdom too, my older brother, right? He looked at me. He said, "No, you're wrong." I said, "How the fuck am I wrong?" He's, "I'm mad now, right? How am I wrong? The motherfuckers don't." And he said, "People love the truth. They just hate it when it's their truth." Right? So I was like, whoa, he hit me over the head with that. Oh, Mac. Nasty. Nasty. Right?
Say that one more time.
People love the truth. They hate it when it's their truth.
Ooh, that's powerful, brother. God, shout out to Big Bruh for that.
Bruh, it changed my perspective. So I always been an outspoken person. I never mince my words, all that kind of tell you like it is and all that kind of stuff. But it always comes from a place of love because I care.
Me too.
And if I care, I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to pat you on the back. I'm not going to lie to you. If the truth is the truth. See, a lie can change 100 times. The truth will never change.
Same strike, brother. It never changes.
Never changes. So the reason why I call myself magnetic repellent is because what I'm saying to you will attract you. But ultimately, if you don't like the truth, you're going to be repelled by what I'm saying.
Oh, man. I like it, bro. That's hard.
So you're going to be drawn in, but ultimately, I'm going to say something. You're going to say, "This mother, see, I don't like this motherfucker."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, because they don't like that truthfulness, and I'm not politically correct. I hate that. Just trying to go along and get along. I don't like that. Cancel culture. If you say this, you're going to be canceled. You can't talk about this one. You can't talk about that. You can't say nothing. We're going to cancel you. I'm like, I can't live in that kind of fear. I can't.
Nah.
So that's how that name came about.
I mean, you said a mouthful, man. People love the truth. They just don't like it when it's their truth. I mean, I don't even know if I've even, bro, that's a powerful, because people do like the truth when it's somebody else's. But when it comes to their truth, they don't want to hear that shit. And every time I've ever had a problem with a person, it's because when I told them their truth. Yeah. And, I'm a person that I can't get better if I don't hear the truth. Don't lie to me, man. I don't want no beautiful lie. Give me the ugly, hard, cold, nasty truth.
Yeah.
I need that because can't nobody get better with a fucking lie. A lie don't help nobody but the person that's telling it. Yep. That's it, bro. So, man, I love that, man. I love that, bro. That was wow. That was a golden nugget, man, for sure. I hope y'all catch that. When people love the truth, they just don't like it when it's their truth. That was a powerful golden nugget, man.
And Mac, you know, we don't see ourselves as others see us. So we got to respect the fact that they're outside of our bodies looking at us. Right. We don't have the same perspective. You know, I said to my brother one day, I was like, the world would be a much better place if everybody was like me. Just arrogant. I was arrogant, right? And he was like, really? Everybody was like you, the world would be a better place. He said, could you live with you for a year? I had to think about that shit. you know what I mean? Because I probably couldn't. Man. You know, wow. And so we don't see ourselves as others see us. That's why the old Indian proverb, never judge a man until you walk the mile in his moccasins.
Man, come on, man.
You know what I mean? These old things, they become old because they're typically the truth. They stay around, they stand the test of time because they're great adages to live by.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because life it doesn't matter, man. Life, the same problems we have today, there was somebody 200 years ago having them. There'll be 200 years later, somebody's going to have them. Somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to cry. Somebody's going to lose their money. You're going to go through life, going to keep lifing until God say enough of this place.
Right.
So those adages, those sayings, they will always be around because they're true, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And they just nuggets of wisdom, man, Mac. And I just appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak about it.
Hey, brother, that's what Cigar Chats with Mac is for, man. To come through, drop your wisdom, man. I gotta transition a little bit to some current affairs, really quick, man. I know we're coming up on time. We under about 10 minutes left of the show, bro. I don't know if you got a daughter or not. I don't know.
I do.
Okay. In this dating climate, what do you tell your daughter to look for in a man? Obviously, she got a great dad to pattern herself off, but it ain't a whole lot of Alex's walking around no more. We know that. How do you equip your daughter, and what do you tell her to look for?
It's interesting because no matter what you show and tell them, they're going to be led by their feelings and their emotions. Okay. And they're gonna not see a lot of red flags. They're going to insist, many women, young girls, whatever, they insist they want to take these lumps, no matter what you tell them. Okay. So I always try to tell my daughters, you know, watch him for a while. Forget about cute. You want cute, get a dog. Okay. You know, but you have to watch him. It's like there's a judge to be on TV, Judge Maybelline Ephraim, right? She had a saying, look deep before you leap. Okay. So before you decide you want to go to bed with this guy and develop a soul tie and start making children and all this, forget about cute. Forget about the fact that he can make you laugh. Forget all that exterior stuff. Okay. How does he treat his mama? Is he educated? Can he hold the job? Is he ambitious? Is he chivalrous? You got to look at all of these type things. Did he have his father around? If he didn't, what kind of man is he in spite of that? You got to take a step back and look at all these things and not rush in just because, girl, he fine. because that fineness gets you stuck with a headache. Because you start making children and you start seeing what a person's really like, because we don't know what a person really like until they're under pressure.
Bro, you better say that again, bro. Oh my God.
But they're the nicest person in the world till the pressure hit.
Or something don't go their way.
Something don't go their way. They don't get what they want. Oh my Lord, Matt.
Lord, but that's Alex,
a real person.
That's a part 2 of Cigar Chats. We had to come back, bring you back for that, brother. When something don't go somebody's way, I didn't pay out a whole lot of damn child support because of that shit.
Join the club, bro. Join the club, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I had child support used against me as a revenge mechanism because I was a cheater in my first marriage. I was a notorious cheater in my first marriage. Okay,
being real.
And although I loved her, she loved me, I was toxic as far as being a spouse. A great father, but as far as nurturing my relationship, I was toxic as fuck because my dick belonged in the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she got to the point where she became so angry when she finally broke up with me, and God bless her, because we're best friends today.
That's what's
Okay.
up, bro.
But when she finally broke apart from me, she tried to get me every way she could, Mac. She was angry.
Stick it to you, bro.
Angry. And one of
Yeah.
the best ways to do it is to get in your pocket.
Ooh, brother, hell hath no fear like a woman scorned. My only thing I implore all women to just, and I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. The relationships are not mutually exclusive. He can be a great father and he can be a bad mate. I always say if my exes want to say Mac wasn't shit, hey, we'll go with that. Because I can say you wasn't shit. But I
Right.
tell you what, my feelings towards you had nothing to do with you being a mother. And your
Right.
feelings toward me shouldn't have anything to do to Jade, as a father, and you shouldn't try to jade my relationship or tarnish it with my children, and as far as the child support, that's a whole nother conversation. I
Yeah,
think the system,
bruh. Yeah, bro. That's a
the
whole nother
system is,
conversation, bro.
yeah, we ain't got no time for. We had to bring you back for that because the system is designed to destroy men. But anyway, I'm not going to even get into all that. All right, bro. Before I let you go, man, give me your top 5 in hip hop MCs of all time, man, and we about to get out of here.
Whoa, wow. I gotta go with Run DMC, old school. I gotta go with Melly Mel.
Oh, okay.
Way back. Ice Cube, my dude, man.
You,
Ice
you
Cube,
know,
DMX. It's hard to
yes.
look past DMX. And I gotta say Tribe Called Quest, man.
Okay.
Tribe Called Quest, man. I mean, yeah. Was
All right.
that 5? Was that 5 right there? Yeah, that was 5.
You gave me 5, baby.
I gave you 5, man. And it's a few more, but those come to mind immediately. I love Ice Cube, man. I was just an Ice Cube dude, man. West Coast kid, because rap started in New York. But when the West Coast came and I heard Ice Cube, I'm like, who is this dude? The lyrics, man, just a lyricist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely them 5 stick out.
Yeah, man. I don't think Cube gets his just due as far as his impact, his pen in hip hop. When them boys are Easy and God bless the dead, but Easy E does not get the credit he deserves. What
No.
Easy E and NWA, man, brought to rap, they did something totally with speaking on issues, police brutality, talking the way they talk. We had never heard that before, bro. And so,
Right.
man, I agree with you. Ice Cube is he was saying some righteous shit, but in a way that you could feel it, man. I love Cube, man.
Yeah, and I didn't even get to Pac and Big, so that's it's so many, man, that I really look up to, man, and love, man. So
All right, man. Well, last question, man, and it's a VA question. Do they still have Dodges gas stations in Virginia, man?
Dodgers?
Yeah.
Never heard of that, bro.
Bro. Okay, well let me enlighten you really quick. Dodge's gas station was one in Norfolk, used to be in Hampton. Bro, had the best damn chicken tenders with the biscuits you ever want. Dodge's chicken. It's a gas station. Hell yeah, in Virginia. You might Google it. Dodge's.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it, bro, because I ain't never seen it.
You over there with Teddy in the rich part of town.
They might have replaced all those with like Wawas and stuff like that. They got a lot of Wawas and stuff here now. So
okay, all right.
Yeah,
well,
they might have bought them out.
Well, either that or you over there with the rich people, you and Teddy Riley and Temple and all y'all super wealthy people, man.
you know Teddy going now. Teddy in the ATL.
Oh shit. Okay then. Well,
yeah,
right,
Teddy gone, bro.
Right.
So.
All right,
Mac, you my man. I just
thank you, brother.
I love and respect everything you're doing, man. Graciously having me on here. It was my honor to be on here, man. And you got my number directly, man. So anytime you want me to come back or just call or holler, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
you got an open doorway, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Well, y'all heard it from my man Alex. I'm gonna list all of his information. Man, make sure y'all like, subscribe. Go follow my man Alex at Magnetic Repellent. We are out.